We live, baby. Do 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 do.
On a spot of land that was once desert, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Five weeks come and gone, and we're off in Week 6 on EA Sports. Kickoff taken at the 3. He breaks a tackle.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever...
We not about to do this, bro. We not about to do this. Boop 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 boop. Hopefully, his settings are good. Hopefully, everything's good over there. You know. I don't know why he quit the game, but he did.
On just a brilliant and starry night here
Let's
in
try it
the
again.
desert
Hopefully, we're not
Southwest,
receiving.
the roof is open,
That's probably
and
what he
it's time
did.
for football at State Farm Stadium here in the Phoenix suburb of Glendale.
Let's see. Let's go.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Turn that off. Strip ball, tackling, conservative, zone flex.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Ooh, I missed a tackle with my boy Jarrett. Let's go, Jarrett. Jarrett Allen taking another double team. Yeah. My boy Jarrett Allen.
And Charles, you wonder about about this defense coming in? I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here.
Yeah,
They'll have
like
2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will not only not get the yard he needed.
Hey, that was kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of that fucking flip like last second was real cheesy, bro.
From all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back
That
near
was
about the
that was
36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
you supposed to have a visor on. We out there looking dirty.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Gun.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
11.
Now Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
11.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cardinals at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling
winning,
good.
baby.
Behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Gotta watch out for that tight end.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3rd and 2.
11.
They'll They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup.
I don't know
right
what
there.
I don't know what
and
the play
I go
is.
right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Now the try here for the point after. And
go,
the
baby.
Cardinals will go up 7-0. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, look at this Arizona defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Allen now looks to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground.
Good job, Williams.
And nothing doing. He's
Christian.
taken down at the line of scrimmage. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I was on it. I was on that. Fucking hell.
Possessions, and guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Oh my God.
There to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Fuck, that's a pick six,
trying
bro.
to really categorize this crew. They're top
I
10 in the league against the pass,
that's ugly.
but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early on.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here we go.
In motion right, that's Harrison. And they go play action now. Burrow, he'll get that complete to Harrison. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11, 11, 11, 11.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Twelve, 12, 12. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. And he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
I couldn't even see that motherfucker, bro. I couldn't even see that. I thought I threw it short. I really did.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a
How do I get an
shot
X
at the end of
on
it.
a hit stick? That's crazy right there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen.
Oh!
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Allen. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Allen again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's got room at the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Bills are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Let's go, baby.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did
It's a big
really
4th down right here.
limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
On 2, ready?
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Dude cheated, bro. Dropping this fucking middle linebacker as D tackle back.
Risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Get your big ass out the way.
It's good for 5.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
On 2.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. In motion comes the tight end left. From midfield now, Burrow. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Throwing now is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And this one too low. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line.
It's a fucking sack, bro.
That'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
That is caught. Kincaid.
Bro, that's fucking crazy.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
What kind of...
The Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
Like, come on,
as
bro.
he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now Allen. Completes it to Coleman. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Oh, fuck. Gotta get down here and score.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now 2nd and 9. Burrow looking to pass. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
In motion, the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrison. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's
we'll
good,
take it.
and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
11 MT, take. 11 MT, 11 MT, 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Oh, he ran that. He read the fuck out that
Turning
shit.
the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Gun. Dot. Dot.
Burrow will throw. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Here we go. Dot.
Now Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball.
but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
It's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
That's crazy.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 12, 12, 11, 11 empty, tape, 11 dot.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Oh.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is going to be intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Gun, dot, 11 empty, tape, 11 empty, dot.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Dot.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
11, 11, 11.
In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Burrow. This one taken in by Otten. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Cade Otten, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Oh my God! You see that
A
block?
try here for the extra point.
Hey, I know y'all see that block. Oh
These
my
guys
God!
will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen eluding the pressure right.
Oh my, no! 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 My dude batted the ball down. I had a fucking pick right behind him. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To the air, Allen. Going up top.
That's all me. That's all me. That's all me, baby. Nah, he's supposed to sink.
An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of
crazy.
Yardage.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. Allen now looks to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And again, it's Allen. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like fucking with these. Most of the time, I don't like fucking with those. I mean, yeah, you need to do it, but the shit's trash because you know. Oh yeah, you can offset them by hitting the up or down. But I missed that tackle though too at the same time.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Just on me, baby.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last. And he loses the football.
Oh my God, bro.
Picked up by the Bills. So turnovers, Charles.
That's a
That's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know,
hey, I brought him up earlier today.
None more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game.
Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Hey, I did think about that earlier, and I told myself that I jinxed his ass. I'm dead serious.
They've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Allen going to get it quickly out to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
See, none of those buttons are working.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right.
Like no.
Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They'll try and run for it on first.
Ooh, I missed him, boy. If I did, woo, I did juke him. I did curse him. I said what I said too.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Allen. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th.
If he comes out in trips, I'm going to do that. Which I'm pretty sure he will. Okay, we can do something.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Allen.
Oh, it's a pick and I couldn't jump. Oh. Oh. I couldn't jump. He didn't want to jump.
Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He did not want to jump, bro. He fucking dove at the ground. Look at running back fumbles against guys with no hit power.
In this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Here we go.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this fourth quarter. Play action. It's Burrow. Hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the back and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here we go.
On second down, they'll run it here. And they're able to get this one across.
I fucking had him. Just didn't throw it.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
11.
Burrow on play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
I'm one, ready?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go. 11.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I'm one, ready?
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Bro, come on, bro, with this fucking RPO is so fucked up. That's crazy, yo. That is crazy, man. That is fucked up how they run that RPO like that, bro. Because you can't throw the motherfucker. Bro, come on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion
That
on
is
first
crazy.
down.
11, Thomas. 11.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
It's a long-ass drive, but we got to get in here.
2nd down, goal to go.
Here we go. Here we go.
McCaffrey, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker.
There you go, Walk.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here comes 2nd down. Now Allen. Flush to his right. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Oh.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Now it's Burrow. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. 125 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, this one incomplete.
Yeah.
Pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Swim move,
Ball
motherfucker.
on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a give up the middle. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Here we go.
Here we go with Burrow.
Oh,
And it's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Allen. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Here's Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On 2, ready?
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Get set.
Here's Burrow. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Arizona, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, it looks like we got that WB. That's a good game. It felt slow, but it's a good game, all in all. Very good game. Threw the ball, passed the ball 38 times is crazy. It's a lot of passing. 21 of 126. 2 fumbles. He fumbled twice. Well, he did fumble twice. Malachi had 8 for 77. Damn, Jeremiah 7 of 68. Marvin Harris 5 of 59. Excuse me. Trevon Walker had almost 2 sacks. He didn't throw no picks, so you know, it was a good game. Very good game, folks. Very good game. Eh? Very good game, eh? We don't really have any defensive tackles. I don't got no safeties I need to do. Pass block for tight ends don't even matter. Boost medium route running. We can do that one. And then we got these ones here. 18. Was it 36? Boost pass block power for right guards. That's 36. So. What's this one? Boost awareness. Yeah, we definitely need that too. So, but we got to get that coaching thing to get it on this side. We need it on this side. At the end of the day, we need it on this side. So, probably work on that a little bit to reset. Right there. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. Probably have to do that at the end of the season. Be honest with you. So after this game, you know, let's just talk about what I'm looking for in a sense to help you guys, you know, if you guys need help building a defense, building a team, right? And just kind of what kind of helps me a lot, makes a lot of things making this decisions a lot better, you know. So like offensively, kind of looking for, you know, this is a good speed quarterback here. You know, throw power, always you want a high throw power to zip the ball in. And then, you know, you build all this up. Running back, I like the big running backs who are strong as well, higher than, you know, if you can get 81, like Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? Like really big, strong running backs that have good agility, even though he's lost a lot of steps. Change of direction is good. Like this guy is here. He's 5'11", 215. This is not bad. This is really good. He has, you know, he's really big and 77 strength. It's a little slow, but he's okay. You know, he can reel off 30 yards, 40 yards. But, you know, he has trucking right here. Break tackles high, stiff arm, and then you can just boost this up. So, I mean, he'll be elusive. He'll be elusive running back. 5'11", 215 pounds. It will be really. He'd be like a Marshawn Lynch in a sense. Because I'm sure Marshawn Lynch in the beginning of his career was more of like a bruiser back, one cut downhill guy like this. And then over time, he just wiggles, came, you know. I don't think he had a high agility and change of direction like that. But at the same time, you never know. But receiver-wise, like I like a good, you know, good size, speedy receiver for my number one. The guy who's going to be like the target hog. 6'3", 209 is perfect. Good change of direction, good agility. Both of these, see here on this team, I have two number one receivers, like legit number one receivers. A team doesn't have a lot of number one receivers because it's kind of like now you're chasing routes and stats to give a guy when you have two legit receivers like this. I don't like this because some games, like it'll force you to try to throw it to both of them. You know what I'm saying? So the luxury you would really want to have is the depth at running backs, because like when this guy gets tired, you know who's coming in, you know, Joe Mixon or whatever. But receivers, like, they don't necessarily get tired. I like my second receiver to be 6'5", a big tall guy who has good speed. And then my third receiver has to be the same speed as this guy or faster. Because a lot of the times, you know, they got the little motion plays where they motion sweep, and it's either going to be my number one guy getting the ball or my third receiver. And then, you know, playing off of that. Tight ends are, you know, want them to block. Big bruisers, you know, help in the run game at the end of the day. So with this team here, man, I kind of like lost sight of what I wanted to do, but it's fine. I got him at the end of the day, so I can kind of move on. Like I don't want to move on, but I can kind of move on from Marvin Jones because I was gonna build Marvin Jones to be my #1 pass rusher on the edges. You know, the guy that's gonna have the edge threat, XYZ, ABCD, elemental P. You know. But I end up trading my first round pick for Trayvon Walker. So Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 272, is a really good size edge rush defensive end, as you can see by his stats, right? So that kind of puts Jones in a bad predicament because now I have 2 edge rushers in a sense, which, you know, having 2 is not bad, but you just basically need one dominant one. And put him on the left tackle, excuse me, and just let him go crazy all game long. Because most teams' best pass blocker will be the left tackle to right guard. So Trayvon Walker having blitz and everything, he wipes out their offensive line's blocker resistance when he goes in the zone. So it helps everybody else get sacks. So like I said, I traded my first round pick and I ended up getting this guy. So let's just say if Trayvon Walker was not here, right? What I want in my defense, right? I need a big, stout left end, which is this spot right here, right? He needs to be 6'5". He could be whatever size, 6'3", you know, whatever. But he has to be over 280 pounds. Like this guy here, right? And then on top of that, my defense is predicated on guys being two gapped or two-way players. So this guy here at 6'5", 280 pounds is just a little bit bigger than I don't think you can notice. You should be able to see the difference in these two sizes. 6'5", 272, 6'5", 280. You probably can't see the size if those guys actually stood side by side. So Trayvon Walker is a guy that I can place at this left end spot and then go to the D tackle #1 because that's what I want. But so Jared Allen I would still have on the team if I had my first round pick, but then my first round pick would have went to a defensive tackle #1 so he can play double duty jobs. So he would be, you know, my defensive end on the run side has to be big because, you know, if they run to the right, that's like bread and butter, run right. So this guy is big enough. He can go up to 280 is the least, is the minimum. Think about like Michael Bennett when he was on the Seattle Seahawks, how he was a very big edge guy, and then in pass downs he moved into the interior. But now I want a guy like a Michael Bennett size-wise, but then with more speed. So 280 is probably the lowest I would go just for the algorithm of the game, just for weight purposes. And then in my nickel, I will move him to D tackle 1. And then my D tackle 1, who's already a big 6'5", 310 or 308 be the least, 310 though. 310, 308, depending on how tall he is. Then that D tackle #1 guy needs to have like close to 80 speed as well. So that means when my interior guys go in the interior, which would be Jared Allen, who has 80 speed, and then my D tackle #1 goes into the nose tackle. Those are both 80 speed guys. And then I have 2 edge rushers, which are on the outside really fast. So, I mean, at the same time, I still have 2 edge rushers that could be really fast, which is Trayvon Walker and Marvin Jones. What I am missing on this team is a D tackle #1. So the person that's playing D tackle #1 is Deron Payne, who's 6'3", 280 pounds, which he does have 78 speed, 81 acceleration. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in the size of my D tackle 1 to go to D tackle 2, because he has good speed. He has a very big dominant presence with the 6'3", 320 pounds, and he can play 2 two positions. I don't want to have to have a guy for my 4-3 and then have a guy for my nickel. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now what happens is when you have a guy for your 4-3 packages, you have a guy for your nickel packages, they kind of lose out on their ability to grow because they're not on the field. Like the only guy that's not going to be on the field as much would be like my nose tackle, as it should be. Like you know what I'm saying? So your best players are always in the game, rushing the quarterback, doing what they need to do, and you're not just shuffling and just, oh, let me put this guy in. Like that's just doing too much. Like, you know, if it was real football, I have a chart, I could do it. But this is a video game, so it's a little bit different. I kind of want my core guys in my defensive line to make all the plays. And so another thing that's really big with these linemen as well is their stamina. So as you can see, you know, I like guys that have a high stamina to be able to play multiple positions and stay in the game and not to get subbed out. So Jared Allen has pretty decent stamina. We got to get Trayvon Walker's up, which we is doing that right now. We're doing that right now. And then, you know, so Jared Allen needs stamina, impact block up, you know, block shed, and then, you know, a couple power pass rush moves. Just more power move and a little bit of finesse. So, I mean, his finesse can be 85, can max out at 85, because he'd be in the interior. Like, it don't have to be stupid, crazy high, but his power move does. So that's what I'm looking for as far as like my front four linebackers. Hit power. Very versatile. Very can run. You know, corners. You know, I want tall corners. Very speedy corners. Safeties. Just rangy safeties, because they're going to be asked to play man, play zone. You know, sometimes be in the box. Come down and hit, rally to the ball and hit. So as far as everything, we're missing a D tackle 1. We're missing a D tackle 1. I can most likely trade Marvin Jones and get a D tackle 1, because someone will see those stats. You know, him being a superstar, young guy, and might, you know, because like that second defensive end, it doesn't even matter who it is once you have a guy like Trayvon Walker. You got a guy like Trayvon Walker, that second defensive end, it doesn't even fucking matter. Because Trayvon Walker has all the stats. Besides, he has all the abilities. He has El Toro to play an inside stuff, and then edge threat elite, and then strip specialist, like, and then blitz. He can help his teammates wipe out blocker resistance when he gets in the zone. So I mean, like it doesn't matter who that second defensive end is. It doesn't matter. So I don't have to be tied down to another defensive end here having Trayvon Walker at all. Because Trayvon Walker will beat up a left tackle all game long. Or at least, you know, put pressure on him. And that's all you need. Let me see. So, you know, this team, we need some corners. They're not bad. They could be better. We need safeties. They are bad. They need to be better. Stuff like that. So, but I mean, for the most part, it's and then you want to have a kicker too. Your kicker is important, because if your offense struggles, you got to have a kicker that has like 96 power, kick power, to be able to kick those long 50, 58-yard field goals. You know what I'm saying? And just get points. You know, so I mean, we got a lot of revamping to do. I don't know how long this league will be up and running. I do know that at the end of the NFL draft, they are restarting the league over. So, with that being said, possibly we'll be seeing another team. And then from there, depending on what the team I pick, I can kind of gauge and show you guys everything from the start of what I look for and what I expect and then see how far it gets me, right, in building a championship team. Because I think it really, if I have all the pieces, it's going to take me the first year, and then, you know, most teams have a lot of things that I want, right? And then one free agency and then draft, I should be able to kind of get the other things that are there for me. So, but we'll see, man. We'll definitely see how it goes, and go from there. So, but that's gonna wrap up this video. Really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Those that were lurking in the background, appreciate you. Ha! We got the dub at the end of the day. Was gonna play some Call of Duty, but I might. But I probably do it off stream. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys on the next one. See you soon.